Hey everyone, get ready for a deep dive. Sonic X Shadow Generations just dropped, and let me tell you, the gaming world is buzzing.
Yeah, it really is.
But not quite in the way we all expected, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
So, for those of you who haven't heard, Sonic X Shadow Generations is, well, it's not just a simple visual remaster of Sonic
Right,
Generations.
there's more to it than that.
Like, way more.
Yeah, it's that PLOS, a completely brand new campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And get this, the entire campaign is focused on Shadow the Hedgehog.
I know, it's crazy, right? So you get to experience those classic Sonic levels
All the iconic ones.
with both Sonic and Shadow.
Yeah, reliving all those.
And it's that cool mix of 2D and 3D gameplay.
It's awesome, right?
It's so cool. And for a lot of us, I mean, it's a total nostalgia trip, right? But here's the thing.
Here's where it gets interesting.
The reactions to these two campaigns,
They couldn't be more different.
they are so different.
Kind of wild, actually.
It's throwing everyone for a loop.
So tell me, what have you been hearing?
I'm seeing all these reviews pop up, and people are going absolutely bonkers for Shadow's campaign.
For real.
Some are even saying it sets a new high for the whole series.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
It is. I mean, what's going on here?
What is the big deal with Shadow? Why is he stealing the show all of a sudden?
Yeah. Help us understand this.
Well, the first thing to consider is that this is like Shadow's biggest role in almost 20 years.
Oh, for sure. He's usually kind of in the background.
Yeah, exactly. This game really brings him to the forefront,
It does. It gives him this depth. Like, he's more than just, the edgy counterpart.
Exactly. He's got agency. We haven't seen this side of him before.
No, we haven't.
And you know what else? The timing of this is really interesting.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, think about it. Shadow's getting his own movie soon, right?
That's right.
So it's almost like this game is setting the stage.
Oh, it totally is. Like a perfectly timed spotlight right before his big screen debut.
Exactly. It all seems very deliberate, don't you think? It suggests a shift, a change in how Shadow is perceived within the Sonic universe.
Yeah, I see that.
It's like he's going from sidekick to, like, a leading man.
That's a great way to put it. So, we've got a bigger role for Shadow, more depth, more agency.
That's right.
That all makes sense.
Right?
But I'm still stuck on how his campaign is, like, blowing the Sonic remaster out of the water.
I know, right?
Is the Sonic side really that underwhelming? What's the deal?
Well, let's break down the mechanics a little bit.
Okay, let's do it.
With Sonic, you've got that classic boost mechanic.
Yeah, that's always fun.
It keeps the gameplay fast-paced, true to the original.
Keeps the energy up.
Yeah, exactly. And visually, it's a definite upgrade.
Oh, for sure. It's a much prettier package.
Yeah, you can definitely say that.
But basically, it's the same gameplay as the 2011 version, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, contrast that with Shadow's campaign.
Okay, here we go.
They've actually incorporated puzzle solving into the levels. And some exploration elements, too.
Yeah. Wait, puzzle solving in a Sonic game?
I know, right? It's not what you'd expect.
Definitely not something you see every day.
And it adds a whole new dimension to the gameplay,
Yeah.
Like you have to actually think.
That's interesting. So it's not just about going fast.
It's more than that. And the level design is way more expansive, too. Like, they're longer, more detailed.
Wow, how much longer are we talking?
On average, these levels are around 5 minutes each,
5 minutes.
which is significantly longer than your typical Sonic level.
Yeah, that's way longer.
It makes a huge difference, let me tell you.
That's wild. So more depth, more challenge, longer levels. I'm starting to get it.
Right.
But okay, what about these Doom powers everyone's talking about?
Oh, those are awesome.
They sound super intense.
They are. We're talking energy blasts, manipulating gravity, even some time-bending elements.
Oh, time bending.
Yep, it's pretty wild. And it's a stark contrast to Sonic's gameplay, which is more about speed and momentum.
So Shadow's gameplay is more strategic, more tactical.
Exactly. It's like a different genre almost, blended with the classic Sonic formula.
Okay, I'm really starting to get it now. More depth, more challenge, longer levels, plus these wild new powers.
Yeah. It's a completely different beast.
It is. It makes me think, could this be a hint at a new direction for the whole Sonic franchise?
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Like, are they testing the waters for a more complex, Shadow-centric future?
It's definitely a possibility, especially when you consider Shadow's upcoming movie.
Right. And the fact that everyone's going crazy for his gameplay.
Exactly. It paints a very interesting picture of where the franchise might be heading.
Okay, so all this hype around Shire makes sense now.
Right.
But it brings us to, the elephant in the room.
What's that?
The somewhat lukewarm reception to the Sonic remaster.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, isn't it?
Some critics are calling it a missed opportunity,
I've seen those reviews.
especially compared to, all the innovations in Shadow's campaign.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? Why such a difference?
Yeah. Why didn't they give Sonic the same level of love?
Well, some speculate it's because of time constraints, maybe resource allocation,
Could be. Could be.
but it's also possible, that this was a deliberate choice.
What do you mean?
Maybe the developers wanted to showcase Shadow.
Oh, like to highlight his potential.
Exactly, to let his campaign shine.
That's a bold move.
It is, and it seems like it paid off.
Yeah, it definitely did.
But maybe, just maybe, it was at the expense of giving Sonic his due diligence.
That's a good point.
It's a bit of a bittersweet victory for Shadow fans, isn't it?
Yeah, you could definitely say that.
An amazing campaign, a possible peek into a new direction for the franchise.
But all at the cost of a kind of lackluster Sonic experience.
It's a trade-off for sure.
It is. All right, let's get down to it. What are the critics saying about Sonic X Shadow Generations?
Well, overall, I'd say the game's been getting a pretty positive reception from reviewers.
Okay, that's good to hear. What kind of scores are we talking?
Most reviews are landing somewhere between, like, an 81 out of 100
Okay, solid.
to, a pretty impressive 90 out of 100.
Wow. So pretty good scores overall, but I guess there's some room for improvement, right?
Yeah, especially on the Sonic side.
Right, exactly. What about the game's technical performance? Any issues there? Glitches? Frame rate drops?
From what I've seen, the game seems to be running really smoothly.
Oh, good.
Players are loving that crisp 4K resolution, especially on PlayStation 5.
Oh, yeah, the PS5 version looks incredible.
It does. And so far, no major bugs or glitches have been reported.
That's awesome to hear. Nobody wants to be pulled out of the action because of some technical hiccup.
Exactly.
Okay.
Especially in a fast-paced game like this.
Right. So, smooth performance aside, this whole Shadow situation really gets you thinking about the future of the franchise, right?
It does. It really does.
I mean, will future Sonic games try to replicate the success of Shadow's campaign?
That's a good question.
Will they lean more into the puzzle solving, the strategic combat? What about those awesome Doom powers?
It makes you wonder, are we seeing, like, the start of a new era for Sonic?
One where speed isn't the only thing that matters.
Right? It's all
Yeah.
about strategy and skill now.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to control a brooding, edgy hedgehog with time-bending powers?
Uh-huh. I know, right?
It's like a recipe for an awesome gaming experience.
But, all jokes aside, this game really has shaken things up.
It has.
It's making us rethink what we expect from a Sonic game.
And what's possible, right?
Exactly. When you mix those classic elements with fresh new ideas.
Yeah. It's like they've unlocked some hidden potential within the formula.
It really feels that way. Like a whole new level of possibilities has opened up.
Okay, I'll admit that was a little cheesy.
Maybe a little.
But you get the point. This feels like a big turning point
A pivotal moment, yeah.
for the Sonic franchise.
Absolutely. Shadow's success sends a clear message.
What's that?
People want more. More
Yeah.
complexity, more depth, and, yeah, more Shadow.
More Shadow. I mean, he's always been a fan favorite.
He has. And now, with his own movie coming out,
This is his time to shine.
exactly. So the question is, will Sonic Team listen?
Ooh, the suspense is killing me. But that's what makes this so exciting, right?
It does.
Like, we're potentially on the verge of something huge.
We could be. Who knows? Maybe the developers are out there taking notes, watching how we react.
Oh, I bet they are. And plotting their next move.
Now, that's a thought that'll keep every Sonic fan on the edge of their seat.
It will.
Whether you're Team Sonic or Team Shadow, one thing's for sure.
What's that?
The future of this franchise. It's about to get really interesting.
I love it. Okay, before we get too carried away speculating,
Yeah.
let's take a step back and kind of summarize what we've learned so far about Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's recap those key takeaways.
Okay, so to recap,
Hit me with it.
we have two distinct campaigns in this game. On one hand, we have the Sonic Generations remaster.
Right, the classic.
Yeah, visually enhanced, but at its core, it's pretty much the same game as the 2011 version.
So same gameplay, just a prettier package.
Pretty much. But, the Sonic remaster, it seems to be more of a nostalgia trip than a truly innovative experience.
What are some of the specific criticisms you've seen?
Well, a lot of people are saying that the Sonic levels, even though they look amazing,
Yeah.
they just lack the depth and complexity of Shadow's levels.
Ah, I see.
One reviewer even called the Sonic remaster a missed opportunity to modernize the Blue Blur's gameplay.
Ouch.
Oh.
That's gotta sting a little.
I know, right?
Mm-mm.
There's also been some talk about the boost mechanic.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, some feel like it makes the game feel a little too automated,
Interesting.
Takes away from that skill-based platforming that some players really enjoy.
Makes sense.
So some players are happy with the nostalgia, while others are looking for something, well, a little more...
More challenging.
Exactly. More innovative.
But hey, at least it looks amazing, right?
Oh, yeah. Visually, the game is stunning, especially on PS5.
That 4K resolution is hard to beat.
It is. But as you said, a lot of people are looking for more than just a visual upgrade.
Right. So let's talk more about the shadow side of things.
Okay, let's dive in.
What exactly makes his campaign so groundbreaking? What are people saying?
Well, it's a completely different experience compared to the Sonic remaster.
Yeah.
It's more nuanced, more strategic, and to be honest, just really surprising.
How so?
Well, for one, Shadow's controls are way tighter.
Oh, so it feels more precise?
Exactly. You have more control over his movements, which makes the platforming and combat feel more engaging.
Oh, I bet.
And then there are the puzzle elements, which are actually integrated really well into the level design.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And of course, you can't forget those Doom powers.
Those are so cool.
They add a whole new layer of strategy to combat.
I can only imagine.
It's not just about running and jumping anymore. It's about thinking, planning, and using your powers effectively.
So cool. And the levels themselves, I mean, we're talking about longer, more immersive levels, right?
Exactly.
Levels that showcase Shadow's unique abilities.
Like that Radical Highway level, everyone's been raving about that one.
Oh, yeah, Radical Highway is a fan favorite, for sure.
It's not just about speed, right? It's about exploration and strategy and using Shadow's powers to their fullest.
You got it.
It's amazing how they've managed to bring all these new elements into a Sonic game without it feeling, forced or out of place.
I know. It's like they found a way to evolve the formula without betraying its roots.
Exactly. And it's paying off big time, right?
It is. Critically, Shadow's campaign is a huge success.
Great scores, smooth performance, and fans are loving it.
Absolutely. It's like they struck gold with this one.
They did. So Sonic X Shadow Generations is kind of a tale of two hedgehogs, isn't it?
It really is.
One representing the familiar nostalgic past.
Right, the classic Sonic experience.
And the other offering a glimpse into a bolder, more complex future.
Exactly. It's a fascinating contrast, that's for sure.
It is, and it raises a big question. What does this mean for the future of the franchise? Will Sonic adapt and evolve?
Or will he get left behind as Shadow races towards, a solo spotlight?
That's the million-ring question.
It is. And you know what?
Right.
I think it's time we address the elephant in the room.
Oh, you mean that's the big question on everyone's mind?
It is. With Shadow's campaign totally stealing the show, I mean, is Sonic X Shadow Generations kind of a bittersweet victory for Shadow fans?
Yeah, it's like a win for Shadow, but maybe kind of at the cost of a slightly disappointing Sonic experience, right?
Right.
You got this amazing Shadow campaign that's like exceeding everyone's expectations.
Oh, for sure. People are loving it.
And they're hungry for more.
They want more Shadow.
Yeah. It's like he's finally broken free from Sonic's shadow
Aha, good one.
and proven himself as like a real force in the gaming world.
He's a true contender now.
He is.
Yeah.
And the timing of this, with his movie coming out,
Perfect timing.
it's like this game is the perfect setup.
It is. Like a launch pad for his rise to stardom.
Exactly. The synergy is undeniable. But there's this lingering question.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, what if? What if they put the same amount of effort, the same innovation into Sonic's campaign?
It makes you think, right?
It does. Like, could we have had TGBO groundbreaking campaigns
Oh, man, imagine.
instead of just one?
It would have been a dream come true.
Two mind-blowing campaigns, each one pushing the boundaries of what a Sonic game can be.
Oh, the possibilities.
Right. But instead, we kind of get this uneven experience.
Shadow soaring to new heights.
And Sonic, well, he kind of stays grounded.
Huh, grounded. I see what you did there.
But seriously, it does make you wonder if maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
the developers are trying to tell us something with this release.
Like what?
Are they testing the waters for a more Shadow-centric future? Or is this just a one-time thing?
A one-time experiment to, what, appease Shadow fans while still playing it safe with the core Sonic audience?
It's possible.
It's a real head-scratcher, but that's what makes this whole thing so interesting, right?
It does.
We're left to speculate, to analyze every little detail.
Looking for clues.
Exactly. And it shows how much of an impact this game is having.
It's sparking conversations,
Debates.
excitement.
People are really passionate about this. And it makes us, rethink what a Sonic game can be.
Totally. So maybe this shakeup is exactly what the franchise needed.
Maybe it's the start of something new,
A new era of Sonic games.
where both hedgehogs get to shine.
Oh, I love that. Where innovation and creativity are at the forefront.
Exactly. And where fans are constantly surprised, delighted by what they see.
I like where you're going with this. A future where Sonic and Shadow both get the attention they deserve.
Right.
Pushing each other to be better, faster, stronger.
They're awesome.
Yes. But for now, let's appreciate what we have. This Shadow campaign is truly exceptional. It's setting a new bar for the franchise.
It is.
And who knows?
What?
Maybe this is just the beginning. The spark that ignites a whole new generation of Sonic games.
Games that break boundaries. Games that defy expectations. Games that deliver the ultimate gaming experience for everyone.
That's the dream.
It is. All right. I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It really does. But before we go, I have one final question for you, for everyone listening out there.
Ooh, late on us.
After everything we've discussed, do you think Sonic X Shadow Generations signals a bright future for the franchise? A future where Sonic and Shadow both get their due, where innovation and excitement reign supreme? Or does it leave you a little worried that Sonic might get left behind as Shadow races towards his own solo spotlight?
That's a tough one.
It is. Think about it, mull it over, let the debate rage on. The future of Sonic is in our hands now.
That's a powerful thought.
It is. It's exciting and a little bit scary all at the same time.
It is. But hey, that's what makes being a fan so much fun.
It does. All right. Until next time, keep gaming, keep questioning, and keep those conversations going.
See you all on the flip side.
Catch you later.